What's up guys, welcome back to the world of Minecraft. Today I think I'm going to, well first I'm going to talk about this. I've cleared up a bunch of land just basically by getting flint and steel, burning the trees and then kind of just cleaning up the area a little bit. So that's opened up a bunch of new space. I think I'm actually going to use this area for a mob trap. And I don't think I have any flint and steel left, otherwise I'd burn that big tree down. I think I've cleared up a decent amount of space. And I want to get rid of this because it'll bug me. Just like little random sections of land like that I just don't like the look of, so I'd rather get rid of them than keep them. And things like this as well, probably should get rid of all these. And actually let me make sure that I'm on, I keep doing this because I have another world where I just play around with redstone and things. I don't usually keep on difficulty levels. And the fog seems really close for some reason. I'm not sure why. Anyway, so I think I'm going to build a mob trap of some kind here, but I'm not sure because like I kind of do and I kind of don't understand the limitations of a mob trap, and I feel like I want to get rid of that chunk and this chunk of land, so it's level with this. Yeah, I think I probably will actually do that. I think it might just look better overall. Which will probably make me want to get rid of this level as well, so it's all level with this and that, and then I'll fill that in. I don't really know, I'd really get quite pedantic about how the land is, because if I'm going to build something like a mob trap, I'd like it to be on flat land. The other problem I have with a mob trap is obviously caves underground. I don't actually know where there's any caves, so I can't, it's going to be so easy, but I don't really want to build like the most highly efficient thing, but that's the plan for that. But what I'm actually going to do, I'm pretty sure I just said I was going to build a mob trap, but what I'm going to do first is show you the thing I built in there and the library, how I actually done it, and then probably I'm going to work on condensing it down a little bit. So let me just get my redstone ready in case we need to mess with it, and I'll need some wood, and I've decided to keep a bed on me at probably all times just so that I can switch it to night and day if I need to. So let's go in and I'll show you the pretty much finished product. So as you walk in, it just looks like a library, and I managed to make the lights look kind of centered by putting some here, so it just looks like a kind of your average library. You know, I could go up here and all that fun stuff, but over here there's actually a button that opens up this. You may have seen the little kind of preview standalone video I made for this, and the idea is you come down here, then we'll go down and maybe build something down there, or like start a tunnel down there, but in there's the actual circuitry, and I'm pretty sure I can knock this away. So if I take this away, now some people complained that I could have made this much more condensed, so what I'm going to do is show you the full circuit. So in here we have a piston above, and let me throw a torch down just in case anything may or may not spawn here. So there's a piston here that's been powered on this thing, and the reason I've inverted the signal is so that by default the piston is on, i.e. pushing down on a block. And then when we send a signal up, it inverts it, so it turns this off. That's how inverters work. So the signal's off, I send a pulse up, it sends the signal up here, and then it'll turn that torch off, which in turn makes this go off, and it'll bring the piston up. So this splits off into two ways. This splits off down here, which I'll get into that in a second, but this splits off down here, which in turn goes down there. So if we go down here, out, and I've actually left this open so I can work with it. So there's the second track that goes down, connects to this. The pulse is actually going in this direction, so technically it's going up the way, but the signal, I'm just saying in general, the line comes down here, which all connects up to this kind of central point, which I'll get to. The second piston, which is actually below the ground obviously, is connected up here. It goes down here, then obviously goes through there, and that line there, oops, just jumped off the thing, that line there actually comes over here and goes up to the top piston again. This inverter again does the same thing, it turns this piston into an on state by default, and then it'll go off when I send a signal. But apparently I could make this in a much more condensed way. So I think what I'm going to do is just destroy it basically. I know what I'm doing now. And it would be nice to have it in a much better layout. So I'm going to have another attempt at it, and hopefully this will show you the way to do it as well. So let me just tear down a bunch of tear down all the stuff that I've done, and hopefully I can rethink my process, because to be honest, this is more like a prototype. This isn't the finished product. With all things, I think it's good to build. It's good to build right away. You know, build what you want, and then, you know, probably get some either criticism on it, constructive of course, or you could actually just, you know, have another stab at doing it yourself. And I've actually got a little service area that we can get in and out from the main thing. So what I'll do is actually just knock these out as well, because they, oops, that's not even, okay, that is, I've just completely removed the piston. So the piston goes there and all that fun stuff. So let me just take all this down as well, and we'll figure out the best way to do this. And then you, in the comments, if you still feel like I could make it smaller, then you can go ahead and let me know. But I'm pretty, oops, I keep using the wrong tools. I'm pretty certain though that I'd done it the best to my abilities, like the best way I could have possibly done it in the conditions that I had. So let me knock out this stuff. And I'll tell you what, I'll just cut back when I've cleared this out, because I don't want to spend the whole episode destroying this and then spend so little time actually working on it. So I'll get back to you in 1 second, guys. Okay, this should be pretty much back to a default state if I just fill this in. And I'm quickly going to probably... Oh, this is going to be a pain because of mob spawning. Hopefully I can block this up. Oops. And I'll just go to sleep so that I don't have to mess around with mobs potentially getting in and out of my building. My cats are running about like crazy, it's really irritating. Anyway, so let me just knock this out so that I've got some light. Feels a bit more open, I guess. And I'll try and work this out. So what I'm going to do is, the thing I done the last time I'd done a redstone creation was I basically worked out exactly where my buttons were going to be. So I want a button here, and both buttons are going to be the same input, so I'm pretty certain this will be the best way to do it. So what if I go up here, and I want my other button to be, what I'm going to do is put some dummy blocks just now so I know where my where's my, please tell me I have more bookshelves. Okay, what I really need to do is go and throw a bunch of this junk away, because it's really bugging me that I've got all this stuff that I'm not going to be using. So let me get rid of this. Mushrooms, like that. Oops, we'll need that. We'll need this. Oh, there's bookshelves, I didn't even see them. We'll keep some of that. We'll keep the wood, bookshelves, torches. And yeah, so that is pretty much it. Let me throw down, no, I'll keep it. So then I want the other button to be, where would this be? Here, like this. So that's going to be there no matter what, and I wanted the button to be here. So there we have our two buttons marked out, and we can take this away actually. And they're going to be connected to the same, they're going to be the same input basically. So that can go there, take this away, and this can go here, and that'll be where our redstone will come down. Oops, that needs to be there. Let's see if we can make these come to the same point here. Yep. So that they'll come off here. Oh, I can't even. So there we go. That's the first thing done, and that's probably in as little space as I could possibly get it. So you have to kind of understand that's the only space I can use, and that should send a signal each way. And then I realise the issue this may actually, yes, you see what I mean? See, I'm going to have to change this already. Because of the layout of this, it's going to be kind of awkward. So I could probably actually do this. Why do I keep selecting the wrong tools? This is probably going to be a bad day for Minecraft, guys. I feel really just uptight, like really agitated for some reason. I don't know why. So that signal's going to come down. It's going to come down here. Yeah, I don't know why. I just feel really kind of bugged by something, and it's not a nice feeling. That's what it is. Then the pistons will get in place because those are the next most important thing. And I'll need one there to hold it. So that's going to be there. See, that's going to power that now, isn't it? Then again, we could probably use that to our advantage as long as I do this. Actually, God, this is. I don't know how I can. See, this is what happens when you listen to people who haven't actually seen the thing, you know, being built. The people kept telling me that I could really fit this into such a smaller space, but I really probably can't. Let me think about this. I want the signal. So we've worked out where the signal's going to be, but the position of the actual piston is probably not ideal. Well, you know what? Let's just move it over. I don't think it makes much of a difference if it's one block over or not. So let's just have it here. Let's say this is where the secret door is going to be, and that's going to be the button. It'll probably turn out like a much better looking thing anyway. We'll just knock these blocks out for now, so I've got space. And so the signal for this is going to have to come up here so that I can put it into a repeater, which will be here. Not a repeater, sorry, an inverter. So that will come up here like this. And that should, in turn, if we press one of these buttons, either of these buttons actually should be by now. There we go. And this one, yep. So there's one working. That's pretty much done, hopefully. Next, we need to go up here and take these away. I do apologise, guys, if this is kind of boring things for you, but I find it really interesting trying to work it out. It just doesn't help that I'm kind of in a really annoyed mood for some reason. But anyway, so I need to get up there, so I'll put down temporary ladders. And I realise I'm butchering my my home, but don't worry, it'll all turn out much better than this. It's not even going to work, is it? Yeah, this will be whatever. Then I didn't even need to come up here, did I? Let me think about this. The piston's going to be in an on position. It's going to have to push. Yeah, it'd be here then, wouldn't it? So again, in order for this to even fit at all, God, this is. So you need a block here, which means we need we need redstone here, then some blocks here, so I can get space for a repeater. No, for an inverter. Sorry, I keep messing those up. Yep, that should be on by now, shouldn't it? So there we go. That's that, like that, and that's like you can see that's exactly like there's no more space. There's nothing else I could do here to make this work. So let me put this down and put this here. And again, in the interest of as little space as possible, I'll actually. Why can't I select the right tool to do this? Then I'll put this here and go down. Maybe this could have been simpler, I don't even know now. And this will come down. And I'll go that way. And of course that would be right there. See, now we face some troubles, unless I just put this in some kind of awkward fashion, like yeah, that probably actually would work. Just let me sit up here and press this and see what happens. And this one, that top one didn't move, did it? Right, so we need to connect the top one now, which means, wait, it should be connected, shouldn't it? Maybe I'll try putting down a repeater, saying going this way, but I don't think it'll make much of a difference. Which one's going faster actually? Oops. So this one needs to be slowed down just a touch, which I can do easily by probably doing that. Okay, not that much then, probably just one tick is necessary. There we go. So I guess you guys were right then, you probably could have fit it in a much smaller space, but I just thought maybe like, you know, I don't even know what I thought. Let me get my building blocks and we'll throw down some floor. Yep, that's all fine. And again, this can be blocked up. And this, and that can be blocked up. This, pretty much certain this won't interfere anymore. And the only way we'll know now is if we actually... Oh god, I forgot about this. If we, and this actually... No, see now? I wonder if I can move this one that way. Wonder if that'll still work. And let's double check that one. Yep, sweet. Oh, see, now. What the hell have I done here? How can I fix this? First I need to make sure I've got two here that are going to be used for that. I guess I'll just do, you know, that. That at this point, aesthetic. I just want it working, which means I need to do this over here in order to keep it symmetric. Okay. I'll deal with it. And obviously I'll need some wood with these here to make it look consistent. So that should be fine, and the reason I was asking if I could move this is so that I can fill this in here without having it interfere, and that way we can just have a tunnel going directly downwards into whatever I want to build down here. I'll put a torch down as well, and that's pretty much... So you guys are right, I will admit I could have done that much better, but I didn't think I would really need to be honest. Didn't think it'd be as, like, I probably have a bad workflow to be honest, like, yeah, that really does need to be there as well. Let's see, it looks ugly though. But I think I'm going to stick with this, so if you have suggestions for anything else then I'm pretty sure I don't want to hear them because, well, it's working. It's working with as little redstone as I could have used there, to my understanding. And I need to get a drink while we sleep. Yeah, our bed's also consistently working, so that's a good sign. What time are we at just now actually? 20 minutes about to break into, I think. And yep, so whatever. That's working fine now. I just need to go and clean up the back of the building and we should be good to go. In terms of... Oh, that's weird seeing all that going. Which means this won't interfere at all then if I cover this up. Because my initial layout would probably have meant that I had to have like a little bit sticking out of this, but in this case it appears that I don't need that anymore. And yeah, so there you go, that's the secret... What is going on here? That's the secret thing, building, bookcase thing, whatever you want to call it. And then next episode I'll probably get started on some kind of mob trap. I need to look up a few designs. I've got one in mind, which is the one that's basically 32 by 32. You have 4 pads, as they're called, where the mobs spawn, then a stream. But what I'm going to do is actually adapt the idea that I've seen. So the one I'm talking about is done by a few people. It's called the Mobivator. I'm pretty sure Etho done it as well, from Etho's lab. It was probably his idea initially, where the thing actually takes you up. But what I'm going to do instead is build it over there, then have it come down, and you know the secret thing we just made. What I'm going to do when I get down there is make a small network, not to the degree of the complex, but basically what it's going to be is when we get in there, we get down in a tunnel. The tunnel leads over to the drop that takes us down. If you remember that block over there next to the ARF, that takes us down to the slime farm, which, well, it will eventually. So there's going to be two paths for now. There's going to be one that goes down here and over to the ARF's region underground, and there's going to be one that will come down over here, which will take us to the collection point for our mob spawner, which will be built over here. And then in a future episode, some point, I'll go up into that mountain, clear some trees, and that is a big tree. I didn't even realise, look how big it is. It's literally half the size of the mountain. But we will get up there and we'll build something, maybe a base on the side, and then what I'll do is I'll actually dig a hole down there, then I'll connect it up into this kind of central hub under the house. And I think that'll be really cool. That means we've got, you know, all of our cool stuff is like, it's going to be built up on the above ground, but it all connects underground. And maybe we could build a train station down there or something that'll take us to each destination. And then maybe I'll think of something building out in the water or whatever. But it'd be cool to have everything connected underground via railroads. So we'll figure that out at some point as well. But I think next episode is definitely going to be something to do with mob science. And we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to end it here and actually go on to record another episode or to do some research. But sneaky mode word of the day, I think, is going to be, what could the sneaky mode word of the day be? Let's find inspiration. I think it's going to be ugly library. I think the word we're going to use today is ugly library. So if you can find that, if you can fit that into some kind of sentence that will confuse people or make them think, what the hell is this guy talking about, then we'll all have a good time, and I'll be a fan of your comment. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I know it was kind of a little bit moody to begin with, but my mood's kind of brightening up a little bit now that I've got this working. You can usually tell by the fact that I started talking faster. I don't know why that is. But anyway guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.